Hey sightseers and anybody else who's decided to drop in and join us, happy Thanksgiving from me and Leo, and of course Marty too. You may hear him in the background as I'm filming this. He's doing whatever Marty does, which usually involves dreaming about buying an air raid siren.
I want to mount one in the house.
Maybe shooting off his cannon. You know, the things that you do when you're basically plotting to take over the world. Just kidding! That's basically for the benefit of YouTube's AI program, just in case it was thinking about demonetizing the video. As you all know, with today being Thanksgiving, it's usually about the traditions. You know, the turkey, the pumpkin pie, the football, the deer hunting. Did somebody say deer hunting? Okay, I promise it's not going to be that type of video, but it is true. People up here in the Northwoods of Wisconsin do go deer hunting as part of their Thanksgiving traditions. Unlike me, who grew up in a family where nobody hunted, and over the years our Thanksgiving holiday has morphed into something traditionally non-traditional. And honestly, I really don't know how that happened. You know how there are families where Thanksgiving happens every year, Thursday at noon on Thanksgiving. You better be there, or if you're not there, you're considered the black sheep of the family. Well, that's not us. It's been more like, oh, you can't make it? Well, let's move it to Friday, Black Friday. I know, blasphemy among all those Black Friday shoppers out there, but honestly, I'm not a Black Friday shopper. I can't stand the crowds. So we've done it on Black Friday, we've done it on the Saturday after, we've maybe even done it on the Sunday after. I don't know, don't remember. And that's not the only way we've become traditionally non-traditional in how we celebrate Thanksgiving. We've given up on the whole idea of having a Martha Stewart type Thanksgiving. But there's a plus to that. Nobody's freaking out about making sure they have the right size turkey, whether that turkey's gonna dry out when cooking it, whether you're gonna start the place on fire because you threw the turkey into the turkey fryer and it was still half frozen, and then oh my god, now the garage is on fire because guess what? You threw that turkey in that turkey fryer and you have the turkey fryer inside your garage. None of that. And there's none of this worrying about, is the turkey gonna be done at the same time as all the side dishes? Or if you're a family where everybody brings something and you get assigned to have to bring this dish that you've never made before, you don't know how to make it, and you're stressing out like, oh my, I can't figure this out. You don't have to worry. Besides that, then you're not fighting over who's plugging in whose Nesco into what outlet or the crock pots, and you're blowing the fuses because the electricity at grandma's house can't handle it anymore. No, we don't have none of that stress. One year my mom made pizza, homemade pizza, and it was the best darn Thanksgiving dinner I ever had. Which is why, when it comes to breaking traditions, I have no problem with that. And the whole reason why I decided that this year on Thanksgiving, instead of doing the normal celebratory Thanksgiving video where I'm talking about the pumpkin pie I'm making and bringing to my family and all that nobody cares about anyways, I decided I'm gonna celebrate my channel. And truly, am I really breaking tradition? Let's look at this from a different perspective, shall we? You see, coincidentally, it also happens to be my 7-year anniversary with YouTube. On November 13th, 2016, I first created the channel, not knowing where it would go. Since then, much has happened, plenty of which is cause to give thanks. Given that I was raised under the premise that this particular holiday involves being thankful in your heart and giving thanks for the blessings that you've received, I don't think it's too far of a stretch to say that in all reality, this video actually fits the mold of being a Thanksgiving video. With that said, I thought we'd take a look back over the last 7 years so I can share with you some of the highlights, some of the funny moments, maybe some of the low points. Honestly, really don't know. This is where I'm just going to whip up some video footage for you and see what happens. But before we get into that, I have a couple of quick shout outs I want to give. First off, I want to say thank you to all of you who've joined Sightseeing Sidekicks. There's now 10 of you. Yes, I'm a third of the way there. I only need 20 more to sign up. Oh, in a short few days. But, you know, I have full faith that we're going to meet our goal. So this special shout out goes to our newest Sightseeing Sidekicks, and they are Susan Traeger, Gary Nelson, Jennifer Lindsay, Gary Mathis, Bob Bryant. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you joining Sightseeing Sidekicks more than what you realize. And then I'd like to give a special shout out to David from Arizona and Michael from Indiana for both very generously tipping our trip jar. And then we also have somebody who became our latest patron on Patreon, Bobby O. If all of that wasn't enough to be thankful for, we had several people purchase stickers from my new eBay store, plus somebody bought my Converse sneakers. So this has been a really wonderful week, actually a wonderful 7 years, I should say, of things to be thankful for. Now, let's take that trip down memory lane, shall we? In November 2016, we left on this amazing road trip, one I had dreamed about for a really long time. But I didn't start uploading anything to my YouTube channel until January. Instead, I took lots of pictures and wrote every now and then on a blog I started. It wasn't until we had been at the Salton Sea for over a month that I finally got the courage to actually record a video. Hey sightseers, Sally here, and this is the first of many videos to come. I hope you don't mind watching Amateur Hour, because you're certainly not going to get the slick and professional looking videos here. Instead, you're going to find that this is my first time actually in front of the camera shooting video. It didn't take long, and I was hooked. Wall marks, keep your carts off the grass, which as we walk around you'll see there's not much grass anymore. Hey sightseers, it's Sally again. My first big break came when I got permission to be on the grounds of the Novitiate, an old Wisconsin mansion that frequently garnered attention by those who laid eyes on it. Excited to share its history, Marty and I set about filming the place, not having the slightest clue as to what made a good video. At this building, you can see the craftsmanship that's displayed here. Yet despite all that our critics had to say, this video ended up being quite successful, having brought in, as of today, 2,400 subscribers and over 500,000 views. From there, I thought the only way was up, so I set about making videos, some good, some bad, all the while making tons of mistakes, but learning from each and every one.
Whenever you're ready.
Are you recording already? People have reported.
Go.
For those of you who want to check this out for yourselves, this crash site is located in Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
2, 1,
go. Over here is another view of the infamous bottling plant. We went on another road trip. This is where we've been calling home for the last 6 weeks.
Videoing right now.
I'll take my glasses off. I feel a little self-conscious and like that. Definitely feeling warmer, and I'm able to finally ditch my winter coat. Yay!
year there was a woman staying here at this spot, and as you can see, she's no longer here, and yet all her stuff is strewn all around. You see it?
Yeah,
I get.
it's recording.
Oh, is it? Check out this really creepy doll. If Ty moves out of the way. What do you think? Is that a good look for me? This takes eBaying to a whole new level.
And then another. It became quite clear that this is what I was meant to do.
We're off on our first adventure. Well, we found him. Larry Hagman, most notably known as J.R. Ewing. In Yucca Valley, you can still get your appliances repaired by the Maytag Repairman.
Not everything about the last 7 years has been easy. There's been difficulties, sadness, and plenty of heartache along the way. There were even moments when I felt compelled to leave, believing I could no longer do this, not realizing there were a few hard lessons I needed to learn.
The issue I'm talking about is different from the typical troll-like behavior we see here commonly on YouTube. Well, sightseers, fortunately we're gonna have to close this out rather quickly here. Marty's all of a sudden not feeling good, and so I'm leaving YouTube for a while. When I say leaving YouTube, I don't know when I'll be back on regularly. My sister passed away at the age of 43. She had cancer. And actually, she was one of the people that I was referring to when I did the video talking about why I was leaving YouTube. Her and my father-in-law, Marty's dad, passed away from cancer as well during this time that I've been taking this break.
I try to keep things positive and upbeat on my channel for a reason, because I feel like there's just so much negativity and darkness in the world that I don't want to add any more to it.
And for the first time in my life, I actually know where it is that I want to go, what it is I want to do.
Looking back, I can see the changes, not only in the videos themselves, but in us too. We're getting older, there's no doubt about that.
Ah yes, what do you think of our new camper? We're camped up on the north side of Joshua Tree, getting ready to get out and do some exploring on this end of California.
This journey has allowed me to use talents, ones I didn't know I had, to create something that comes from within my inner spirit.
My job is to pick up these little pieces.
That's a good boy. Come here. You come closer. Oh, come here.
To create something and share it with the people in our world. What a gift it is to be able to do this. I feel truly blessed.
Check out this nice hotel room I got. The maid unfortunately forgot to make the bed. The road is actually about 2.5 miles and it loops around through here.
Spell loud.
I think I'm gonna put my helmet back on for this descent down.
Wow, that was a lot of fun. I'm so glad we took that trip together, aren't you? If anything, for me, it was a great reminder of how far we've come and how much I have to be thankful for. As of right now, there's 33,185 reasons to be thankful. Yes, each and every one of you are reasons for me to be thankful. So thank you, sightseers. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for making not only this Thanksgiving extra special, but my entire YouTube journey. Before you run off on me and go take your nap or dive into some more turkey, I've got one last thing I want to share with you. Oops, I lied. There's actually 2 more things I want to bring up. First one being, if you are one of our patrons on Patreon, I don't know if you know this, but I have been posting short videos to there. And the last video I posted, I think is rather important, so if you haven't seen it by now, you should probably go check it out. It's roughly 4 or 5 minutes long and shouldn't take up too much of your time. The last thing I want to bring up
I promise this is the last thing I'm going to bring up. And that is, I've finally, don't mind my stomach, it's starting to growl, telling me to hurry up. I've finally got around to starting to work on my website. I've had sightseeingsally.com parked for, I don't know, probably the last 5-6 years, and it's been on my to-do list. Well, I'm happy to say I'm finally getting to it. There will be a formal announcement when the website is done. And with that, I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving.